What's going on, everyone? We're going to go over a couple strategies, a couple of trade setups, a couple of trade ideas that maybe you can look for tomorrow, the next day, the week after, and the week after. So these are some setups that we look for each and every single day inside Evolution Traders. I have one space available. If you guys want to trade with us, you want to join the community, want to get access to the course, in-depth video lessons, links down in the description box below. What we're looking at here, NASDAQ 100 futures. We're looking at a 5-minute time frame. On the left side of the screen, all over here, light shaded gray box, pre-market. Here, New York session. So automatically going into the New York session, there's a couple of things that stand out to me. One thing that stands out to me here is this pre-market swing high. One thing that stands out to me here is this pre-market swing low. Now that I've got this little bit of range built in, I start to look at my moving averages. Moving averages that I'm rocking with is the 20 SMA, the 50 SMA, and the 200 SMA. Next thing is I want to see what happens on that first initial candle. Those first maybe 1, 2, even 3 candles sometimes. Sometimes we've got really good setups off the first opening range candle, which is the first 5-minute candle or 1-minute candle, whatever time frame you're looking at. Sometimes you don't. In this particular case, we're a long ways away from taking out this swing high, so I don't really have nothing that's probably going to happen where I can take a trade long off the first candle. And to make this a beautiful opening drive trade, which you guys in Evolution Traders who trade with me already know what the opening drive is, you know, we got to take out this swing low, and we fell just a little shy. Now, when we fall shy of taking out the opening range, which I like to call the opening drive, if we don't have any opening drive trade, I'm going to wait a few candles or at least one candle. I want to see, what does this first candle do? It spikes, it pulls back down, a little bit of a, hold, a higher low, I guess you could say. But this right here, when I have all of my moving averages kind of stacked, right, or essentially going flat, could tell me one of two things. Market's going to explode to the top side or it's going to explode to the downside. Now you may be thinking, well, how does that really help you? Well, we're not really in an uptrend with these moving averages, which means that I should stay bullish, and we're not really in a downtrend, which means I should stay bearish. So in this particular case where I've got them all coming together nice and closely, I can essentially be ready for not only a long but also a short. So what do I need to see happen? I need to see something that aligns with my system, my strategy, which is a 20 SMA trade. You can see here, 5 minutes off the open, 6:35 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. We get a close over our 20 SMA, but notice we've got a little bit of supply here. In this type of scenario, I'm going to actually wait for us to clear out not only the 20, but the 200 and the 50. Okay, so this is a 20 play, but almost on a delayed reaction. Okay, so what I want to see here in this situation, normally we're going to take this trade once we confirm, but because it's so close to the open and we don't really know which side we're going to break out to, I'm actually going to wait one more candle and allow it to clear out all this supply. So here at 640, we get a closure not only over the 20, but the 200 and the 50 as well. My entry for a scalp is going to be here, guys. It's going to be right there as soon as we take it out. Now, again, I'm a scalper. I'm looking for 5 points. Max, I'm looking for 10. But a lot of times I'm playing 2 mini contracts and I'm looking for 5 points, which is $200. And I'm going to wrap it up there. So this is your entry. Let me pull. Oh, do I have my drawing tool? I do not have my drawing tool on this setup. Okay, this is where we're going to enter into the trade here, guys. 6:45 in the morning PST, 9:45 Eastern. As soon as we confirm that candle that closed over our 50, 220 SMA, we're going to take our little bit of a 5-point scalp. Now, whether you want to mark it in and mark it out, that's what I do, or you want to have an automated bracket where you take profits at 5 points, choice is yours. Again, once we fail to kind of take out, again, going back to the homework we did, back to the research we did, when we fail to take out that previous swing high from pre-market and we kind of just rolled over really quickly, this is telling you that price action is not that strong to the upside. I could remove that. You get a 20 SMA play to the downside. In this particular case here, after this low of the reason why candle that closes below the 20 SMA, that candle low is sitting at 19,347. The prior swing low that we can use as a target is sitting at 311. So from 347 to 311, we're over 25 points, guys. So if I get into this trade, do you think that I can get 5 points if there's a potential to get 25? I think so, right? So I'm willing to bet on that. And you can take this trade here for a little bit of a scalp. And then once you flush, right? Once you flush that prior swing low, here's the closure, here's the back test, and this would be another scalp here below this candle. Not this candle here, but this candle. So you break down a prior swing low, you back test, so break, retest, and then this green candle that actually closes green does confirm to the downside. Now this was a massive trap that set up a beautiful long, but there was also a little money to be made here in this wick. Okay, another 5 points there. Now once we trapped these early eager sellers, you got one more beautiful 5-minute 20 SMA play. Again, moving averages are still flat, still telling you that we haven't really made up our minds in terms of this is a uptrend or this is a downtrend. 7:35 Pacific Standard Time, 10:35 Eastern Standard Time, you get a closure over your moving averages. Entry price is going to be a following candle that takes out the high. Here's another little scalp here. If you're playing smaller size, let's say you're playing a couple of micros, you can use a stop loss, any closure below a 20 SMA. You can actually add a 10 SMA if you want to tighten up that stop loss. I don't like to use the 10. I'll just use the 20. I'll assume more risk. I'll trade smaller size. And you can essentially hold this. Where would your profit target be? This swing high, guys. So entry here into supply. Now we do break it and we continue to go higher, but again, we can't be greedy, guys. We have to play this very technical. We cannot look to, I want to, get 500 points off this trade. Guys, a lot of times I'm looking for 5, 10, 15 points max. Just increase or decrease your position size based on ATR, based on volatility, and based on if you're winning trades. If you're winning 1 trade, 2 trades, guys, I don't think it's in your best interest to increase your size. If anything, decrease your size and look for a smaller take profit and just kind of add a little bit more skin to the game. You just want to skin that cat just a little bit more. We're not looking to really, go in there and eat the whole pie. Just give us a slice of the pie, right? So I really wanted to focus on this first hour because there's a lot going on, right? There was a lot going on. There was a long, there was a short, there was a trap, and then there was another long setup here, again, inside of this range. All of this work is done inside of this range, and all you have to do to get this is just simply mark out the previous swing high of significance, previous swing low of significance from pre-market, and play that range, because you're going to be on the right side of the trade probably at least 70 to 80% more of the time, especially when you start to add in these moving averages that are going to give you areas of interest and areas of confluence where you can sort of trust your trade idea a little bit more, right, than just looking at a blank chart where you don't really know where the market could be heading, right? A lot of times here people think because we broke this low that we were just going to continue to sink, and if you were holding for a huge move, more than likely you got stopped out. However, this is what you call a classic 10 a.m. reversal as well. So you get a little bit of a head fake to the north side, you get the pump fake to the downside, immediate trap, and then this is a beautiful play where you could actually use low of day and kind of take this candle, a long play off of this candle. I don't really take those as much. It just doesn't really fit my trade style to kind of want to get into these big moves. I'm more so looking for quick momentums after verification and confirmation of certain key levels or moving averages or zones, and then I'm looking for quick scalps. Again, to each his own how you want to trade. If you guys need Apex evaluations, you can use code DAnthony, get the best available discount at the time being. Also, if you want to join Evolution Traders, links down in the description, guys. Let's go. You got to join up, be a part of the community, hold yourself accountable, start learning new strategies, come in with an open mind. Let me help you the best of my ability. I got 13 years of trading experience. I can do my best to help you guys. With that being said, I'll see all of you guys on the inside.